What's going on, guys? Time for another video, and in this video you guys have been waiting forever, and me as well, and it's going to be the tune that I picked for my E92 M3. So as you guys know, I have a 2011 E92 M3. I've had it for about a year now, and getting a tune for this car has always kind of been in the plan, you could say. Ever since I bought it, I did test pipes on it, and that of course through a check engine light, which I knew would be temporary because I would get a tune. One of the benefits of a tune is to clear the check engine lights because I don't have the primary catalytic converter. That was really one of the first basis reasoning behind getting a tune to begin with. But also other benefits are going to be power, torque, customization, and a couple other things. You know, you just really get to maximize the car. A tune on a naturally aspirated car is not going to give you tremendous gains. I'll get a little bit more gains with the test pipes, and I'm going to be able to raise the RPM, and steering is going to be different, and there's going to be a few other things that I'm going to be changing. I will get into that in a separate video of exactly what I chose in my tune, because you can customize it for your car. The tune I chose, which obviously by the description is the BPM Sport brand of tune for the E92 or E90 M3s. It's extremely reputable, it's extremely reliable. The guy Mike, I actually spoke to him on the phone, and we really, to be honest with you, hit it off. We sort of were just totally talking the same wavelengths really quickly. So he's a cool dude, and he actually hooked me up with a discount code for you guys, which I will include in this video. But I want you guys to sort of get an understanding of the process of just the install, which I'm not going to bore you with a 20-minute long video, but I want to give you guys an idea of what I went through to install this tune. It's very, very simple, so don't get overwhelmed. This is something I'm doing in probably, I anticipate, less than half an hour. Probably 15-20 minutes is more realistic. Stick around. It's a really good, it's a discount that's based on regardless of the price online, and I will put it in the video for sure, so stick around for that. And let's get started on tuning my M3. So as you guys can hopefully see, what you need is a computer. And the first thing about the computer is you cannot have a Mac. Obviously this looks like a Mac, but I actually have a boot camp setup running Windows, which is really the reason I have that was because I had a JB4 for my 335i, and I needed Windows operating system for that as well. So that is why I have it. So what you do first when you get this tune is you go to their website, and you're able to choose exactly what you want in the tune. You can change the rev range, you can change cold start, you can change speed limiter, you can have stage 2 if you don't have primary catalytic converters. There's a bunch of different stuff that you guys can do. I'm not going to go into exactly what I did. The options that I chose for the tune, the allocation you could say for the tune. After you picked what you wanted, oh, your tune will come in the mail. Mine came super quick in like a few days. Actually, it was all the way from California all the way to the Midwest here in Ohio. It was really only like 2 or 3 days. And so all you do is plug in the USB cable to the little dongle they give you, and you kind of just go through it. I'm not going to give you exactly the process because they send you a guide, and that's sort of the value of buying the tune is they give you like a 5-page PDF that's super simple on how to do exactly how to install it and get the computer running and get the software installed. So that is super simple. You just want to go through the prompts. It's going to test for hardware, it's going to test for software, it's going to connect to the computer, it's going to do all the stuff that on its own. All right, I don't remember exactly where I was, but we're going to click next here, and going to click this once and then once more. Just make sure the car is not actually on. Alright guys, just quick update. We are installing the tune. It's only been like a minute or so, and it's 12% right there. It looks total 12% done. Getting a few random things going on and off, which is totally normal. Actually, the seatbelt came in and out randomly. I didn't even move, and it came in and out. So it's going through its, its programming. It's doing its whole thing, right now. I did notice that this thing is flashing red and green. It looks like a Christmas strobe light pretty much. It was just green to let you know it was on, but Now it's flashing all over the place. That's how you know it's actually working right now. While we're waiting, I would recommend, you know, keeping everything off. Everything's off in here except for just the ignition. And I do have a battery tender on the car, which I normally do, and it sits for more than a few days anyways, but it's plugged in up there. That's this cord here. So it is on the trickle charger. And as you can see, different lights still turning on and off. All right, it says switch the ignition to off. So I'm just gonna press this. Totally off. And then confirm on here. It says ignition is off. Click that because the ignition is off. Yay! So after it says programmed, we actually have to press and turn it back to this same position, the on position. Click on program ECU. Alright, so you want to select the other file. It says select the tuned file, but the name of my file was actually this. In the instructions it says dash tuned, but this one doesn't say tuned in it, but that's the one you want because the first one I used was this 240E, so this is the second one, just in case. I mean, it's pretty obvious. And then the next step in the directions has this exact screen that tells you, you know, stage 2, 6 manuals, transmission, catalyst. So a bunch of these options are the ones I picked, and I will go through that in another video. But for now, do not open or close doors. All right, so I closed my door. I assume it means don't close it if it's opened or don't open it if it's closed, but I just closed it because that makes the most sense. So I'm gonna click OK, and we are into the second stage of finishing the tune. Oh, windshield wipers have turned on. I have no idea why. So there's a few weird things going on when it's tuning. I assume this is normal. I'll definitely tell you guys if that's not. But the key is to not do anything. And it is killing me not to try to turn these off because I have some nice sealant on the windshield, and doing this totally kind of rubs it off. The most annoying process is listening to the windshield wipers make a long streak on my windshield, which was perfectly clean. And here comes the seatbelt again. What's up, dude? Almost a second remaining. Switch it to off. That was about 5 minutes. Oh, and they turned back on. So switch it to off, and well, windshield wipers are not fully down, but it's off. Ignition is off because it is fully off here. And it's gonna count down. Now we have another message saying it was successfully programmed. All right, so next step is going to be to start up the car. I did disconnect the trickle charger just because I don't want to have that connected when the car turns on. Okay, windshield wipers are back in their position. Garage is a little open, so don't worry about that. It does say all systems are okay. Oh yeah, there's no cold start. It went right down to like 600, 650 maybe. So everything seems to be operational. I do not have an engine light, as you guys can see. And we'll just want to click diagnostics, read trouble codes, and 0, it says it up here, are found. So that is great. And that is the last step as part of this, so we're done. I'll give you guys a quick little... So this is already super quiet because it's tuned to not have a cold start, which I'm not sure if I regret doing that yet or not, but it certainly is not as loud. So I'm going to turn off the car. All right, last step as part of the tune. Definitely important to clean the windshield. That the windshield wiper streaked up. All right, guys, so we finished the tune. It really was not that bad. No engine lights, exhaust obviously sounded a little different upon startup because it doesn't have the cat heating sequence where the RPM stays like close to 1,000 then drops back down. So I don't know if I like that or not. That was the only thing I was on the fence about because it is pointless, but you sort of get used to that cold start that just like every day, every single car everyone starts forever has always had a cold start sequence. And I do let the car kind of warm up naturally just because the S65 engine is kind of, you know, a different type of engine. It's hand built and it definitely needs that, you know, minute or two to warm up naturally, because if you don't warm it up, I mean, I've had when I drove it and I didn't let it warm up, it acted kind of funny. And so yeah, it was really that easy. If you have any questions, talk to Mike. He's really an awesome guy, you know, very, very responsive and full of tons of great information. Really loves the cars and BMWs and all that stuff. And I don't want to forget to tell you guys the special code, and it is for 10% off the website prices. So right now, I think the website prices is 10% off with retail. So right now, if you just bought it without my code, you get 10% off of the retail, which is just whatever the online special that's running. But if you use my code, it'll take 10% off of that. So it's 10% off of the 10% that's already off. So it's not 20% off, but it is 10% off of the discounted price, which I don't think happens very often. So we worked out a deal that I'll have that code for about 3 months. We're gonna talk to see maybe what happens in the future. If you guys are really interested, if you're into it, if you're into the tuning stuff, we'll see what we can do down the road. But it does give you guys a 10% off discount, which is amazing. I think it's great, especially for the price. I mean, around $800 is a lot for a tune, but it is an M3, and comparing it to the other tunes available, I think it's well known, it's reliable, and so far, I mean, it's awesome. I'm definitely gonna be doing some full reviews of it, thoughts, my specs of everything that I put in the tune, a separate video for all those things. So there's definitely gonna be a whole playlist, everything that you can think of. And guys, definitely comment below if you're interested in specific things that I missed out on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to use the code, which I don't know if I actually mentioned, but I will put it on the screen. It's Brandon BM3, and it's all one word, all lowercase, no spaces, no nothing. I did check out the other tuning companies. I know a lot of you guys like Gintani and the Burbles and shit, but like, that's not this car. It doesn't, I don't think of that. And like, I was just thinking, like, if I went to the mountains and we're at like 5,000 RPM, every time you're off the accelerator, it's like, brrr, like consistently. I just didn't want, it was just too much. I mean, the sound that this car makes for me right now, I'm pretty happy with for how cheap it was. And to do so I did the tune for around 800 bucks. And then the test pipes, I had a special, I had my friend Adam, we traded bid pipes that were already welded. So I spent 500 bucks on that. So I'm in $1,300. And I think that like that performance wise is very solid. You know, 1,300 bucks and you just do those two things. I think that is a solid choice. But I will give you more critical thoughts on that in the long run, because I think it's a solid choice now, but I haven't even driven the damn car yet because it's dark and gray and not really warm, and it's rainy outside too. So tonight is going to be a Jeep night when I go to the gym. So it really didn't take that long. Took 5 minutes on each different section, and then like maybe 10 minutes of prep and then 10 minutes after. So it really was not that long. I would say less than an hour. You know, give yourself less than an hour and you should be fine. Just take your time, download the files, read the instructions once, and then just do it. So once again, that code that you guys get, I hope that you guys can appreciate. I kind of went out of my way to see if there's any way we can work together, because like, as you guys know, with the Lux lights, that's exactly the case where everyone asks, so I'm able to give you guys a discount on the Lux lights, for example. So now I can give you a discount on the tune, which is a lot more expensive. So I think that most people are gonna, I would be all over it for sure, if someone went out of their way to get a discount. Really, just, I was gonna do it anyways, so I figured why not. So Brandon BM3, if you didn't catch that, I don't want to post this everywhere. I want this to be very specific to you guys. I want this to be a reward and sort of an incentive. I don't want to do a pro member thing. I don't want to do exclusivity stuff, but this is exclusive to a certain extent. If you guys appreciate me, it's an exchange of value for me to say, I'm gonna do this tune. Maybe I can get a little bit of a discount for the people who appreciate what I do, my content I produce, and that's sort of this exchange of value. You know, you guys are watching the videos, and to be honest with you, and you get discounted stuff kind of, you know, as I do stuff. I think that's a pretty good deal. But guys, let me know if I did forget anything. I know this is a huge rant, but I want to make sure that I kind of tried to cover everything. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you got an idea of the process, and I will see you guys next time. And plenty of detailing stuff. I got this like expensive, very expensive bottle offline recently, so I'm gonna be trying that out with some this stuff. If you guys are interested, I couldn't find this last time I did a video on the wireless wash stuff, but I finally found this. It was honestly down here. I didn't even see it, but yeah. Anyways, totally long rant. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.